How is everybody doing? I am Michaela from Paint Fixation. Welcome to my page. When you come on, say hello. I am just waiting for the comments to come up. Oh, my phone. I've got to do that too. Make sure my phone is off. I always forget to do this. And then I get phone calls and that kind of stuff going on. So tonight I am going to be applying some gel stain to this table. My garage was so stinking hot. I did not want to be in there. I have all three of the pieces that match, but I just couldn't be in there. Hey, Andrea. Okay. Oops. What's going on? So I brought this little one inside because we can do all the steps that I'm going to do on it. Plus, I have a surprise. I got the new products in about an hour ago, and I have not opened them yet. I have 4 of the Gemstone Moves colors and the stencil and the gray boss. So I'm going to open those up for the first time with you guys. So that should be fun, right? Because I haven't seen them. I've seen the ambassadors and some other retailers that got a sneak peek of them, but I have not used them or seen them up close. So I'm excited about that. Let me just pull up my page so that I can see comments, and then we'll get started. So when you come on, say hi, let me know you're here, where you're watching from. Let me know if you've tried any of the newer products. Maybe you have an in that I don't have and you were able to get some. Here we go. Let me bring this up. Hey, Melissa. Okay, there, I can see my comments. Hey, guys. Okay, so let me get this where I need it to be. And I'm going to, let me show you this piece here. All right, so this is painted in vintage duck egg, this piece right here. Let me swing it around. Okay, so this is vintage duck egg. It's 2 coats. And then I stripped and sanded the top to bare wood. And I'm going to be putting, I was debating on whether or not to do the black or the walnut no pain gel stain, but I settled on the walnut. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be putting on. This is a Dixie Belle product. It's oil-based. It is a gel stain, so this can be used on factory finishes. It does not have to be absorbed like a penetrating stain does. So it can go on top of a previous finish. So if I wanted to, I could have left the finish on here and gone over the top of it. But I wanted it to be, these pieces are very old and they had a lot of scratches and dings and that kind of thing in the finish. And so I stripped off the finish and now I'm left with this nice flat surface with the wood grain. I haven't decided if I'm going to only do 1 coat where you can still see the wood grain through it. But as I apply it, I'll kind of get a better idea. And the other thing is I'm going to ask for help trying to figure out, I've got 2 different golds that I got. I had to get spray paint because this hardware was so bad. It was so bad. In fact, you can still see some rust on it because I just quickly did a coat. But I'm going to bring y'all down in just a minute and then let y'all help me figure out which of these colors, and I think we'll know better when we get the gel stain on. And then I'm thinking I'm going to use the Van Dyke glaze on this. It's kind of, there we go. Let me see if I've got, I think I don't have my, hang on. Just pulling up my camera. I think I turned off the Gel Stain minute. The autofocus. I think the autofocus makes this a little bit better. Let's see. Okay, there you go. Van Dyke glaze, and it's a really pretty brown. It does dry a little bit darker than this, and it's not, the camera kind of makes it look like I have a green tint, but it doesn't. And we'll open that up in just a minute. Well, I don't know if we'll get to that tonight. I am going to be putting a flat flat clear coat on this before the glaze, just so that I can manipulate the glaze a little bit easier. I don't know that I've done a glaze video with you guys before, so that'll be something new. If I don't get to it tonight, which I don't think we will, then I'll pop on tomorrow when I'm adding the glaze and do that on camera. Okay. All right. So in order to put the gel stain on here, I gotta have gloves because it's almost, well, you can't get it off without using mineral spirits, and I really don't feel like getting the mineral spirits out tonight because I have been in it. Last night when I was trying to get the lighting correct to do a live, it was so dark outside, and I wanted to show y'all my husband's car because that's what I've been doing all week, is sanding and painting my husband's car, and that is not very much fun, but someone's got to do it. This is kind of stiff. I think it'll be okay. Okay, I put some tape along the edge here so that I don't get any of the gel stain on my finish. I ended up not spraying these. I hand brushed them because I was spraying my husband's car, and so it had automotive paint in it. So I'm going to take this side of this. This is a used applicator pad, but it is clean. So I'm just going to take it and make sure on one side. I'm just going to take it and make sure. I've already wiped this off once, so I just want to be sure and get anything off that's on there. I've already stirred up my gel stain. You want to make sure you stir it well to make sure all of the solvents and everything are all mixed in. And I may need to, let's see, this is kind of, let me get a plate because this is kind of deep down in that container. I'm just going to put a little bit on this plate. A very little bit of this goes a long way. Now, when you're using the gel stain, you need to remember it is oil-based. And so you need to wait 3 to 5 days before you put any top coats on it. And if you're doing just one coat, like a wipe-off coat, probably 2 to 3 days will be fine. But if you're doing a coat, like 2 coats, 3 coats, like if you're trying to get a opaque finish, then you're not gonna, you're gonna want to wait at least 5 days. And so what happens is you put the water-based top coat, whether it be a clear coat or gator hide or any of those, and if you put that on a gel stain that is oil-based, that is not dry, you're going to get what's called, I think it's called blushing. It kind of looks like a haze, and you don't want that to happen. Okay, you want, if that does happen, you have to work it out. You have to either sand it back. Sometimes if it dries, it'll go away. Sometimes you can do a second coat, a coat on top of that, and then go back. So you're basically just doing extra work. If you're just patient and let it dry, you won't have a problem. Okay, so this is the very easy product to use. You see I have it on my applicator pad, and I'm just going to basically wipe it on. And because it takes a while to dry, you have lots of work time on this. You don't really have to worry about, you know, drag marks or anything like that. And these gel stains have such a rich, rich color. Looks like there's something here. I think this is over here. I'm getting a little line on there. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Can y'all see? Yeah, y'all can see that. I like to go with the grain, at least my first coat, to get it all in the grain recesses of the grain. And now I'm just going to go back over it just to give it a nice even look. And look how rich that looks. Now I'm going to go around the front, and this is where the tape comes in handy because you don't want it to get on your paint. Now, I showed y'all before, do you see the different types of wood in here? There's different woods. Oh, look what I did. I got it on my paint. That's okay. I'll get it off. No worries. I'll just get some, that must have been on my finger. You see what I did there? Oh, joy. That's okay. I can fix it because I can put mineral spirits on that and it won't hurt the paint because the paint's water-based. But I just must have tilted my hand the wrong way. But what I'll probably end up doing is one more coat on the sides. I kind of like the way that this top part is looking. There's some right here that needs a little bit more. I'm thinking I'm going to leave it like this because the grain is just gorgeous. And I'm planning on using a high gloss top coat on this. Okay. It's like, what's the sense of me taping it if it's just going to, and then I'm going to mess it up. But how is this happening? Like, where is it? It's on there now. Do y'all see that? It's like, I'm not even touching that. I must have it somewhere. And my mineral spirits are out in the garage, but I'll get it later. I'm not going to worry about it. All right, look how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh. Can y'all see that? Hang on. Look at that wood grain. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh. That's really nice. And that's as easy as that. Now, because I'm only doing the one coat, this will dry fairly quickly. I would say within 2 to 3 days, I'll feel comfortable putting the top coat on this. The other thing is when you're working with the gel stain, you want to use an applicator that you can throw out. I don't keep, that's why I usually use a used one, because this is not going to be any good. Sometimes if you're going to work on it in the same day, so I might even put this in a bag just to see if it works out. I can always use the other side tomorrow. But normally if you're working, like I've got 3 pieces. So I will work with each piece with one applicator pad, and then sometimes you can put it in a plastic bag like you do your brushes, and it will keep overnight. But usually more than one night, it's gonna start to harden. Okay, so I didn't have any on my hands. I don't know how it happened, but it did happen. But I'm really liking that. Okay, so I'm going to take my gloves off, and I was going to put the top coat on this, but if I've got, I don't think I have any. Let me see if I have some mineral spirits in the closet over here. Sometimes I have a container that's barely got any in it. If I'm lucky, it'll still be in here. Look at that. So I'm going to see if I can get this off of here really quickly. So does anybody have any plans for the weekend while I try and get this figured out here? Anybody doing anything? It's been a really crazy week. Painting a car is no fun. I think I mentioned that. I'm still recovering. It's see how easy that is? There we go. This one over here. So anytime, whatever product that you're using, just make sure that you know the cleanup, because the cleanup is how you get fixes like this done. I wouldn't be able to get this off with water. because it is oil-based. So like if you're using like the Ben shellac, you have to use denatured alcohol with that one, okay? That is what will break down that product. And this is just mineral spirits, so this is not going to hurt the surface of this at all. Just have to let it dry. So has anybody that's watching ever used the gel stains? As you can see, they're a lot, very, very easy, an easy product to use, quick, okay? So like I was saying, you can go back over this for a second coat. And what that will do, it'll just make it richer. Every layer will be richer. But when you're doing more than one coat, you want to wait several hours in between. You don't want it to be tacky at all. If it's tacky and you try to go back, you risk, making your surface look, it'll do drag marks. So you want it to be dry to the touch for your second coat, but you want it to dry completely 3 to 5 days before a water-based top coat. Okay, so that's what you want to do if you're using a gel stain. The gel stains, the gel stains come in colonial black, weathered gray, pickling white, the walnut, cherry, and espresso. And the espresso is kind of a mix between a dark brown and the colonial. It's like a very deep brown, coffee brown, basically. And then, of course, this is walnut, and then the black. And I was trying to debate on whether I was going to use this or the black. And I'm going to bring you guys down lower here so y'all can give me your opinion on hardware. So I'm thinking about doing the glaze. I'm leaning, I'll tell you what I'm leaning towards. So one of these is a warmer gold and one's kind of a shinier gold. Okay, so which one of those do y'all think looks the best with that top? Andrea, the white one, it's kind of a, remember the old pickled oak? It's kind of a pickled oak look. But again, you can thicken it, you can make it darker. So what do y'all think? All right, that's that. We'll let y'all decide. Top one is what Melissa says. Okay, now, I was going to put a top coat on this tonight and glaze it, but I think I'd rather open up my new products. How do y'all feel about that? I'm going to lower y'all down a little bit. The shiny lighter one, the one on the bottom. So we have one each, and then I'll wait for replays to see if anybody has an opinion, and then I'll let y'all know which one I was leaning towards. Okay, so today I received 4 of the gemstone mousse colors. I'm a premier retailer at both of my locations, so I get the products, the new products that come in a week before the other retailers and 2 weeks before they go out for the general public. So the ones I got today are the 4 colors that are being released first. They all will be releasing more colors. So the first one is Garnet. And look at this packaging. Isn't it beautiful? I love the packaging because it is going to make it easier to display and less likely for sticky fingers to grab it. Okay, so I'm going to open this up for you guys. Let me see. I'm trying to get the camera better angle. Hang on. I'm going to back y'all up just a little bit like this. There we go. Okay, so we're going to open up Garnet first. I'm just going to rip right into it because these are going to be mine. These are in 1 ounce containers. These are water-based, highly pigmented. It says to shake well or stir. Most people I hear stir them. So let me get a little stir stick so we can look at the colors. Let's see. I know I have that one somewhere. There goes the chair. Okay. Hey Sherry. Hey, we're looking at some mousses. So you guys missed the I applied the gel stain, so you guys can catch that if you need to. So the first one I'm opening is Garnet. Thank you, Sherry. I don't know why this is not wanting to focus. Having a little trouble with my webcam, and I'm opening it. I'm so excited. Okay. Ooh. And I know a lot of you guys watch the Dixie Belle pages, so y'all have probably seen some of these being used already. But this is my first time seeing it. I don't even want to dip. I don't want to dip it. I mean, I don't want to tilt it. Let me stir it up and show you this way. Ooh, look at that. It's like pudding. I'm just giving it a stir. They're very highly pigmented. From what I have been able to tell, they take very little. I'm working on my Christmas ornaments and stuff, so this color I think is going to be divine. But let me show you all this up close. Can you see that? I wonder if I should turn off the, dang it. I have been having trouble with this focus on this webcam. I think I need to, oh, it didn't stay on. Well, that's probably why. Okay, now, there we go. See it? Ooh, it's so pretty. Sherry, they are available through Premier Retailers only. You cannot purchase them from anyone else. Premier Retailers get first dibs. Okay, so I've got it on my fingers. Okay, and it's water-based, so I'll be able to get this off with soap and water. But it's very shiny. Let me see. I'm going to take my finger. I feel like the lighting, let me turn the lighting down on this a little bit. I think it's too bright. Hang on. We'll get it. Okay. Can you see the shimmer on it? It is gorgeous. So I'm going to rub this in. So you can use a brush or your finger, just like with a gilding wax. Y'all, this pigmentation is incredible. I'm going to just put it over the whole popsicle stick. Y'all see what I'm doing? Look at that. One coat. I really like that they're water-based. But we're getting new gilding waxes in the first of the, well, we're hoping December. But don't quote me on that. We're trying to get them ready by December. But those will be oil-based, which I love to use those for hardware and stuff that's heavily used. But these are going to be gorgeous for all of the details. I'm thinking about using this on a stencil. Okay, so that's the garnet. It is gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to open up my amber. So this amber looks like it's kind of a copper bronzy color. It looks to me like a little bit more bronze than copper. It's got more brownish tones to it than the red tones. Ooh. Look at that. The shine. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get another stick. I've been waiting for these all day. I'm going to lower this down a little bit more. I just want to get this lighting and all good because with it being shimmery. Okay. I know. Oh my gosh, yes, Sherry. I don't know if there's any color that these wouldn't be beautiful over. So can y'all see it better now that I've got it further out? So this is the amber. And my jars already look like they've been heavily used because I'm so messy. But tomorrow I'm going to be making some ornaments and some little Christmas designs. And I think that I'm going to try and stencil with it. With how highly pigmented it is, I'm pretty sure it will stencil beautifully. Okay, so this is I'm going to just take it with my finger and I'm going to rub it along. There we go. You guys, these are so pigmented. I mean, you're getting an ounce and they retail for $14.95 or $15.90, 14 or 15, I don't know. It's either $14.95 or $15.95. I'll have to double check on that because I literally just got them in. You see that? Can you see how that's it's a little bit more bronzy than coppery? And I'm having trouble with the lighting again. There we go. You can really see this. When you're looking down here, this is pretty much, this has a really good indicator of the color. That right there is what I'm seeing in real life, real person. I'm such a goof. I went to Walmart today and I could not remember what I was there for. I called my husband. I was like, what was I supposed to? I'm here at Walmart, but I cannot remember what I was supposed to be getting. I kid you not. Yes, this is the actual packaging, Sherry. This is the actual packaging, just like this. Okay. And even though these are water-based, they are sticking on me. Like this was kind of a happy accident when they were developing the new gilding waxes, and so we ended up with 2 products instead of 1. Okay, now this is the golden gem. I only have, okay, this one's much thicker. Look at how thick that is. So I'm going to have to really stir this in. And there's very, very little smell, like very little. This one's like really full, which I'm not complaining because I'm just trying to get it stirred up. I thought it was going to be hard, but see how it's loosened back up after it stirs. So make sure if you get these that you stir them well. Okay, you see that? So this one's called Golden Gem. And to me, it kind of looks like more of an antique gold. It's not a super bright gold. In fact, I could get... So, Sherry, for right now, we have them in 4 colors. We have them in the garnet, the amber, the gold, and the silver. This is the diamond color that we're going to open up next. They will be getting more colors out, but because of COVID, these were supposed to be out a couple of months ago. But because of COVID, they were having trouble with all the raw materials. And so they decided, instead of waiting to put out all of them at one time and having to wait, they're putting out 4 of the more popular colors. I believe they're going to be similar colors to what we had before. That's the gold, and it is beautiful. And I think I might have a gilding wax. Let's compare them. Let me see where my gold gilding wax is. So I have the hammer copper. Hang on, I know I have one. Okay. So these are the gilding waxes that we had. Let's see if I can open them. Hopefully they'll come out with different. Yeah, I think that they're going to have a blue. Okay, so do you see the difference in this? So this is this is a warm gold, and you can definitely see the difference in the colors. See that? It's much, much warmer. And then this one. To me, this looks like 14 karat gold, the new gemstone. Now, the new gilding waxes will probably be more similar to this color. And then the hammered copper. Okay, this one actually is very close in color to this one. So maybe I was wrong about that. Let me see if I have bronze. Yeah. There's also going to be a black, and I do believe there is going to be a blue. Okay, so let's compare these. I have a hard time with these two colors. They don't, to me, they don't look that much different. But they are. This is the copper. So I still think it's closer to the bronze than the copper. It just doesn't have quite that red undertone that the copper does. Make sure I put the right ones on. Okay, so let's open up the silver one and see what it looks like. Yeah, this to me looks like gold, like liquid gold. I mean, it really is a very cool gold. It's not as warm as that one, which I'll probably use more. I like the gold, but I do think this one, it almost looks like liquid leaf. And this is the silver. This is called diamond. Okay, can y'all see that? Let me lower it. This lighting is just driving me crazy. Everything's driving me crazy nowadays. Okay. There we go. They're so shiny, it's hard to catch them on. I mean, literally, you see that shine right there? That's what they look like to me. Okay, so this one's not nearly as thick as the gold. The pigmentation, do you see that? Oh my gosh, look at that. So the pigmentation has a lot to do with how thick something is. So even in our paints, you'll notice like certain colors are thicker than other colors. So like cotton is much thinner than fluff, and fluff is thinner than sawmill gravy. They're just, it's whatever pigmentation it takes to make that color determines how thick it is. And also it determines on the opacity of it. So, you know, reds, it's difficult to cover up with red. You know, usually you need a gray primer. And hey Wilma, I have a gray primer that I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so this is the last color, diamond. And as soon as the other colors are released, I'll get them first. Okay, premier retailers are the first to get all the products. So those are the 4 of the mousses that I got. I'll be taking these to the shop tomorrow. Okay, I've got, I think I have 12 of each color. And I'm pretty sure I can drop ship those too. I don't know why I couldn't. I can buy them individually. So I should be able to drop ship them if you're interested. I can send you some online. I do not have them on my website yet because this has all happened so fast, and I just got my website finished and up. So I'm still adding products that I've already had on there. But I will have these on my website by Monday. But if you know you want them, just let me know through a private message, and we can do it that way. Okay, so this is the new gray boss. Is that gray? Okay. A lot of people were requesting this because the white boss is so white, and the clear boss, you know, like I was saying, if you're painting red over something or some of the colors that are not as opaque, having a gray primer makes it a lot easier to get that nice, clean, vibrant color, okay? And instead of tinting boss, like a lot of people do, Dixie Belle they listened to their customers, and they're ambassadors, and they developed this Gray Boss. And this is mine, so I'm going to open it. And it's a beautiful, it kind of looks like, I want to say, it's very close to Manatee Gray or Driftwood. Let's grab these. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely Manatee Gray. So it's very, Melissa. So it's very close in color to the Manatee Gray. So a lot of people would tint their Boss with a little bit of caviar to make a gray primer. You're not going to have to do that anymore. You're going to have it right here. And of course, Boss is for bleeding, odors, stains, and it stops. Blocks, odors, stains, and stops bleed through. I always want to make the bee bleed through. So if you are planning to paint something that has, that you're having trouble covering, I think I just got it all over my nose. I can't even see it. I think I did. So now I have diamond on my face. That's okay. Gray Boss. I am so glad they came out with this. And then the last thing I got today, we have 3 new stencils out, and I had a senior moment. I thought I had ordered 2 of every one of them, but apparently I only ordered 2 of one of them. So I'll be getting the other ones. I'll be getting the other ones next order, so probably the end of next week or so. But this is one of them. Isn't this gorgeous? It is 20 inches long by 16 inches wide. They are 10 mil, so they're very nice, heavy-duty stencils. Okay, we have this one. There's going to be one that is houndstooth, and there's also a Morocco themed one that's also gorgeous. Before I forget, oh yay, so Jason makes his own version of Big Mama's Butter, and he is sending me some to try, and I can't wait to try it, and I'll let y'all know how it works. Thank you so much. So if you guys are looking for a larger, I have never had a stencil this big, and so I am so excited about this. Yes. And I will also be able to drop ship these. Again, these are not on my website to purchase, but you just need to let me know, and we can do it through DMs. It takes time to put stuff on my website, and I'm just learning it. I just got a WordPress website built. It is live. You can go on there. But I don't have everything on there yet. I was having trouble. So so I had a website before, and when I was having this one built, the developer was holding it on their host site, and so because it was on their host site, I was having trouble uploading pictures. It wasn't fast enough. So then once we migrated mine over to SiteGround, now it's faster and I'm able to load them, but I still have to sit down and do it. So I have a few Woodgie bins that are still not on there. All of the paint products, all the Dixie Belle products are on there except for the stencil, the gem mousses, and the Boss. But again, you just let me know if you want to order them, and we'll get them out to you. And so these won't be available for the regular retailers. Won't have these, I think, for another week. So if your local retailer is not Premier, I'm happy to fill in for them, or you can wait until they get theirs in. And then Dixie Belle will not have these available on their site for another week after that. Okay, they give us Premiers 2 weeks before they allow customers to order directly from them. So I'm toying with the idea of putting this on this table. What do y'all think? Because I've never, it's like I've got to use all the things. So I was thinking about maybe putting this on the sides of this, but I'm thinking of doing it in a subtle manner. Either making a raised stencil with sea spray on here. Or, and then maybe just hitting the highlights with the either the new mousse, the gold, or the old gilding wax. Now, Jason, if you're still on here, maybe we can get your opinion. We're trying to decide on colored hardware. So we have this warmer gold and a shinier gold. I'll bring it down. And again, they're not complete. There's a little bit of rust still showing on those, but that's pretty true to the colors. And then we have a walnut top. Yes, so Jason, do you use the mud or do you use another product or sea spray? So I could tint some mud, but I don't have any white mud open. So I'll probably will use sea spray, and that way I can make it any color that I want to. So yes, so should I do a raised stencil in the vintage duck egg just to give a subtle raised stencil and then highlight it with some bling? Or should I stencil it in a different color? This is where I need help. Creativity help. I'm not a very creative person, but if you show me what to do or how to do something or give me an idea, I can do it. I am the MacGyver of Dixie Belle. Well, actually, AJ is, but I'm not bad. AJ, I call AJ the MacGyver of Dixie Belle. She figures out how to use everything in ways no one would ever imagine. So I'm not going to do this on camera. A little bit darker than vintage duck egg. I can play around with it. I could play around with it. I'm not sure what I would tint it with, but I could figure out something. Get one of the colors that's in the same color family. But to do the glaze on this, because I'm thinking about using a glaze. Should I not do the glaze? I was going to do the Van Dyke glaze on it, but maybe I won't do the glaze. I don't know. If I know me, I'll throw some glaze on there and then I won't like it and I'll paint over it or something like that. But I'm going to be putting flat top coat, flat clear coat on it first before I do anything. I'll scuff it up with this is a very well used 220 grit sanding pad, sanding sponge. So it feels more like 400. And I'm going to go over the piece and just do a scuff to make it nice and smooth. And then I'll put I'm going to use an oval medium to put it on. I was going to spray all this stuff, but again, my sprayer was full of automotive paint, and then it starts pouring down rain today. And so I will spray the paint when it's a little bit more humid, but I will not spray the top coat if it's humid. If I spray top coat when it's humid, it turns to alligator skin. Cheese mud. Okay. I think Melissa should come over tomorrow for coffee. We need to discuss this. My husband's working all day tomorrow. So Melissa's my dear friend that lives here, but we don't get to see each other very much because she's in school for nursing. So she's got her own thing going on right now. Not that I'm not busy as all get out. The same color, so to be subtle, not distracting. That's what I think too, Jason. So we're going to do that. So maybe I'll do that live. I can use the sea spray to do that. The nice thing about the sea spray is I can mix it as thick or as thin as I want to. And if you're not familiar with the sea spray, it is an additive that we add to our paint to get texture, and you can get all different kinds of textures with this. Let me open it up real quick for anybody who's watching that has never seen sea spray before. I think this has been opened. Yeah. So it's just a powdered additive. See? And you add it to your paint and you can make it thick or thin. And I think I had a board. What did I do with my board? I had a board out. Oh, I think I left it out in the garage. But you can make it almost look like a snow gravelly surface, or you can make it smooth and then use it for a raised stencil, and then it dries hard and it sticks really well. Thank you, Cindy. Hi. You need to catch the replay. We talked about the mousses. Of course, you've probably seen them all because you watch. I know you watch Dixie Belle's videos. Oh my gosh, Jason. So you need to try it. Especially, okay, so now with the holidays, it's fun to use it for different things. You can use texture. You can make snow. You can do it thicker and make almost like a paste and do, oh, it would be pretty with these, with the mousses. Now I've got all these ideas running through my head. See, this is all I needed with a little bit of a boost. Okay, so do we have any questions? For those of you that just jumped on, we used the walnut gel stain on here. This is vintage duck egg. We're debating on the gold handles. I think I'm going to wait to decide until after I finish. If I decide to do the vintage, the Van Dyke glaze, I might do a different color on there. I might, maybe I don't know. I have to think about it. And yeah, I've used it for stenciling for sure. And it goes along. This is only my second bag, and I've been a retailer for 3 years. That tells you how far it goes. I don't use it on everything, but I use it a lot, and it does go a long way. So for those of y'all that didn't see, these are the 4 colors of the new gemstone mousses. We have diamond, golden gem, garnet, and amber. Look at that. So these I painted on at the beginning of the video, and I'm going to try and scrape them off. Okay, so it's scraping off a little bit, but not much. So, you know, we have to wait for it to cure, but, you know, I like to test everything. But to rub it, it's not coming off. Like if I do it with my fingernail, I can get it to come off a little bit, but to rub it, oops, I can't even see what I'm doing. How'd that happen? But, so I'll just get another one. So if I rub this, it's not coming off, okay? So that's very nice. If I scratch it, which I don't have much fingernail, but I do have enough to show you. So I got a little bit to come off right down here, so that little scratch right there, but not hardly at all. And actually, if I just rub it, it fills it right back in. So see that? So this is going to be fun. I'm going to be playing with these tomorrow. And if I decide to do the glaze, I don't think I've done a video using glaze. I've done waxes and I've done the dirt, Dixie dirt. I don't think I've done one on glazes. So if I decide to use the glaze, I'll pop in just whenever. I'm not going to give you a time because I'm not 100% sure when that will happen. But I'll try and pop in because I've got to get the flat coat on there first and then decide if I'm going to use the Van Dyke glaze. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for joining me. And if you are interested in purchasing any of the new products, just let me know. You can just private message me that way and we can figure it out. All right, so you guys have a good weekend. I'll talk to you later. Bye.